Hi, guys. I hope everyone is doing super well today. So, for those of you who know me, you know that I only share with intention. And for those of you who don't, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Heather Dolland Tamam, and I am the founder of Doltam Creative Solutions. As an individual who has shifted successfully across 3 different careers, I support individuals who feel stuck in theirs. And so, everyone who has ever met me, work with me, they understand that I understand what is necessary in order to transition, and that for the vast majority of us, we don't have a knowledge gap. What we actually have is a positioning issue because we don't understand how to leverage our knowledge because we take it all for granted. For so many of us, you are absolutely amazing at what it is that you do, but you think that because you know something and because you do that thing particularly well, everyone must also. But this is the rub. In this particular age of AI, where a lot of people are pretending to have qualifications that they actually don't, I had an experience that honestly just shook me to my core. And I'm like, you know what? If I fell for this, it is very likely that other people could probably fall for this also. So, my time, as is all of ours, is very precious and I don't like to waste it. And so, if I realize that there's a particular task that I need to accomplish, I would try to do it on my own. But if I realize, look, this is not in my wheelhouse, and the amount of time it's going to take me to try and learn this and figure it out, my time is better served if I just hire someone else. That's the way to go. Let me do what I am good at and allow the other person who is good at what they do just execute on that. So I get on a platform that many of us know. I'm not even going to bring it up because this was actually the first really bad experience that I had with them. And yeah, we'll just keep moving along. So I get on there and I'm sharing everything that I need. It was as it pertained to graphic design. Yes, I've been a content creator for many years and I understand branding and product development, but I am not a graphic designer. That is not my space. And so I was struggling with a couple of things. I'm like, you know what? Instead of doing this struggle, let me just reach out. So I put out a request for proposal. I had a number of proposals coming back, but there was one individual that I was having an amazing connection with. The exchange going back and forth was tremendous. I'm like, oh my goodness, this person is absolutely in my head. I am confident that they would be able to deliver every single thing that I need to the level that I needed executed at. Needless to say, their request for what it is that needed to be done was something like 5 times what I was actually prepared to pay. However, as an individual that understands that in life you get what you pay for, and I am also just genuinely not a haggler because I'm like, if the quality is there and this is a relationship that I would want to foster, I have absolutely no problem paying for the service. Well, when I received the assets that were promised, it was very clear to me that there was a huge disconnect between the person that I thought I was communicating with and the person who actually created these assets for me. They were not one and the same. And then it occurred to me, oh my goodness, I was communicating with AI. It was very clear that that person took our conversations, she inputted them into whatever her AI is of choice, and it was intuitive enough to be able to ask questions in a way that would be appealing to me, and it did. So she very much succeeded from that standpoint. The questions were very intuitive. The vision, the knowledge, it created a huge level of comfort in me so that I was able to be like, oh my gosh, yes, you know what? This might be literally 5 times what I wanted to pay, but absolutely here it is because I know at the end of the day, I'm going to get what I pay for, and I am in business and I don't have time to waste time relearning a different skill that I don't have. Let me just invest in this because it is a good business decision. I cannot tell you how disenchanting, embarrassing, all of the things that that experience was for me, because as an individual who is extraordinarily intuitive, number one, it never occurred to me for even a half second that I was being conned. The other thing that happened is that I did go through the portfolio, and then I realized, hold on a second, if you're dealing with a dishonest person, it really doesn't prevent them from being dishonest from start to finish. But the one thing that I took away from this entire message as we evolve and we shift in this age of AI is how important it is to create your own profile, your own, and really just build your own meaningful online presence so that when people search for your services, they know that they're getting the real deal. Because I assure you, if that experience happened to me, it's going to happen to a lot of other people. And a lot of people are absolutely going to get taken, and there's going to become a huge trust issue. And so my question to you today is to really consider what your positioning is. If you are a solopreneur, small business owner, really just it's you and one or two, maybe three other people, that's it in your practice. How are you positioning your online presence so that when anyone searches for you, they are actually understanding who you are and they're finding information about who you actually are? And so if you take the time to create content that shows your knowledge base, your skill set, what your thought process is, so they understand this is that person that I'm connecting with. There's a very different, very, very big distinction between posting and positioning. For a lot of people, when I speak to them about how are you presented online, how are you showing up? How are you doing all of these different things? They love telling me about all of the posts that they share on LinkedIn. I'm like, look, LinkedIn is great. The algorithms absolutely work in your service, but to post is not the same as to position. And so, as I often say, for those of you who know me, the Holy Trinity, in my humble opinion, of visibility is having your website, having a YouTube channel, and your LinkedIn. Those are the three that if you have those three together and you can really genuinely leverage it to be able to get the kind of visibility that you need. The reason that we are going with those three in particular is because Google is owned by, or YouTube is owned by Google. And so the same way people would search information into Google, those are generally the topics that you want answered when you create something in YouTube. It's used like a search engine. On the other hand, there is also the question of AI. For many of us, we have stopped Googling and we are now going straight to AI to ask essentially the same questions, because we are now looking for a more filtered, more specific response. The problem here, guys, which is why positioning is important, is because AI does not scan the way that YouTube scans. You're wanting to position yourself very differently with a very different level of clarity, specifically for when you are searching AI or when you are being searched in AI. It reads very differently. And so with this realization in mind, that is a reason that I created the Authority Advantage Assessment. So that is going to be linked in the description. But in here, because realizing that this is a significant issue for a lot of individuals, number one, far too many people have no idea what comes up when they search on Google or AI. And for many of you, if you have some idea, you're realizing one, it's not enough, or number two, that you're not coming up at all, but you are not certain what that next step is to be able to address that. That is what the Authority Advantage Assessment addresses. In 5 minutes, you have a made for you. Now, let me repeat that again. This is made specifically for you. It is not generic at all. Every single thing that you get is completely based on all of the answers that you put in. So, to give you an idea, the very first thing that you receive is a visibility report. So, I have an example here. And so, this is the visibility report front and back, going over all of the challenges that you may have as it pertains to visibility. Then you get a 90-day action plan. In that 90-day action plan, it goes over for you to clarify and name your authority story, rebuild your website and your homepage around your transformation and not your title, add a structured FAQ section to your website, all of the things that's necessary. And this is, again, 2 pages or 1.5, to be able to get the visibility that you need so that you can actually have meaningful presence. And then last but not least, you have a complete LinkedIn rewrite. So in this LinkedIn rewrite, you can quite literally cut and paste everything. It includes your headline, a new and about, absolutely everything, because again, clarity is king, and you want to make sure that you are sending the right consistent message so that when people and AI search for you, all of the information is readily available. This again, guys, is 5 minutes. It takes all of 5 minutes, but like with anything in life, you get out what you put in. So take the time to just answer those questions. And I genuinely hope this serves, because I realize in this time, there's so much being thrown at us. There's a lot of overwhelm and you're not certain what to choose. I made sure that I created something that was easy to do, but more importantly, that you could get results quickly so that you could execute efficiently. As usual, I hope that everything that I share provides tremendous value. If you have any questions at all, never hesitate to ask, and you can certainly put some of those questions in the comments. Have a fantastic day, and definitely click on the link for the Authority Advantage Assessment. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.